Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about the upcoming competition happening on October 28, 2025, which features the It's Halloween meta is what it's called. This is basically one of those competitions where they star boost 3 different items and you get to pick what you want to make. Probably depending on which NFTs you have, you know which one that you want to make. They supposedly did their best to balance the amount of stars that each of these items give, and that's going to be kind of up to you to decide if that's the case. It does seem to be balanced better this time than it was in the previous competitions. So last week we did do the Halloween box meta. I didn't put out a video for it. I wasn't going to do a build showcase on it because I wanted to focus on working on the Town Hall Playbook Planner that week. This week I did intend to do a build showcase for Jack-o'-lantern, which I'm going to be showing you, but it has been a busy weekend and I just barely managed to put this together right now. I really did not have a time to properly test this, so you're not going to see proper rates in the production monitor. I can only give you some rough guesstimates. Not the best build, but it is competitive enough to help you get top 1200 in the competition, and of course you can tweak it to actually perform better. So what exactly is the meta here? All the information is on Discord. I'm just going to quickly relay it to you. 3 items are going to be star boosted. One is Jack-o'-lantern, the other one is Trick or Treat bag, and the third one is mirror. There are no cash boosts, but as I've said in a previous video, Chromium has like a permanent cash boost. I'm pretty sure this isn't intended, but the team hasn't fixed it yet. So Chromium is selling for 10 times more than it should. You aren't going to be making Chromium unless you're going for mirrors, really. You might have mines if you're doing Jack-o'-lantern because you do want nuclear power for the pottery shops, but Chromium would be a really good cash rush if you want to do that to get all the cash that you need. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to do gold. But as I've said in a previous video, Chromium will make more cash, but it's not as easy to set up as gold. So you may be able to do both of those if you want to, but that's what I would recommend for the cash strategy. As for which one is better, in my opinion, if you don't have any NFTs or very few or very specific ones like the Haunted Maze Zone set, then you would want to do Jack-o'-lantern. If you have a lot of NFTs that would help you with Trick or Treat bag, and I do mean a lot, then yeah, you could do Trick or Treat bags and they could be viable, but in my opinion, you're probably better off doing Jack-o'-lantern, even if I didn't know which NFTs you had. And if you do have very specific NFTs for mirrors, such as the Corrupted Mineral Sands that only a few people have, or multiple crystal sanctums, maybe sandcastles, stuff like that, then you could probably do mirrors. But like I said, I think most people are going to do Jack-o'-lantern for this, especially if you have almost no NFTs. So with all that explained, starting biome, I'm probably not going to show you the starting biome here, but it's a mountain on the south side, river on the east side. There is one mine already on the south side which you could use to make chromium with. You just need to get a lumber mill going. And there is an oil seep on the northeast side over here, somewhat close to the river over here, and I'm going to show you how I efficiently use that up. And trade times 1 minute, 1 gasoline per trade, you know, just the usual stuff. Gala reward, no NFT reward for this competition. Sorry, this video is not as organized as the previous ones, but like I said, gotta get this done quickly. So this is going to be, of course, a Jack-o'-lantern build that I created for this upcoming build. It's inspired by the Jack-o'-lantern build that I posted, was it a year ago, I think? That one did about 126 per hour, no NFTs required. This one, I don't think is much better than that. In fact, I think it maybe came out worse, but I don't have any more time to adjust it. But this will obviously still give you a good idea of what you should aim for. So I tested the version without the Town Hall for like an hour. This is the version with the Town Hall, and I will show you what that looks like on the Town Hall Playbook Planner. The version without the Town Hall did about 120 Jack-o'-lantern per hour, and I believe with the Town Hall, which reduces the craft time of the tree farms by 10% and moving some buildings around, this should do at least 130 per hour, even up to 140 per hour because of the lumber rate. You do need 4 lumber per jack-o'-lantern. I guess that would be maybe 135 per hour. But yeah, this should be able to do between 130 to 135 per hour. Just looking at the wax and cotton yarn, probably the limit would be 130 per hour here. Like I said, you'd have to tweak it, but I've only had it running for about 30 minutes. Actually, I had it running a little longer, but then the game disconnected. They must have had some update. I'm not going to explain everything, and there are a lot of similarities here to the jack-o'-lantern build that I made a year ago. But for the gas setup, I have it on the north side. I do have the oil seep providing the 2 paths of crude oil for the refinery making petroleum, so I can easily make gasoline. I decided to put the fuel storage over here so that I can have the fabric plants over here, since they cast too dirty, and none of that dirty would get casted to the pottery shops. Now, of course, the pottery shops have passive energy from the nuclear power, so you will need to build nuclear power for this. And this same nuke setup is what I used on the previous jack-o'-lantern competition. I believe it works well. And over here on the corner, I have all the loggers and tractors, and then I have these beehives making wax. I did rotate each one twice so that instead of facing south, they are facing north, which is a bit more efficient. Now, there are some crops and tree farms here that have yellow and red craft timers. So these tree farms have 1 shade and these tree farms have 2 shade because of the mountain, but I did need a way to get a bit of extra wood production. These pumpkin patches, of course, have the 10 passive water that they need. And there are some cotton fields right here and this one that are affected by shade and dirty from the refinery, but I did need a few more cotton, so that's how it worked out. Trade depots on this corner. Not using some of these squares, as you can see, but they can be utilized. All these pottery shops are making ceramic bowls with the exception of these 5 making jack-o'-lantern. This one could make ceramic bowls as well, but I decided that I need a 5th one making jack-o'-lantern, at least from what I could tell right here. I do have a lot of lumber mills making lumber. Not sure if you actually need all 6 or just 5, but I really didn't want any wood going into the lumber yard, so that's why I ended up making 6 of them. So this is just like the quick explanation of how this build works. Okay, it's gonna have to be quick. The auto sell has everything at a quantity of 10. Here's what it looks like on the planner. Total build cost is 23 million. Wages are 27,770 per minute. You know what I just noticed is that it says 20 town points because I have the town hall. That's not correct. I have to fix that. It doesn't give town points. I don't know why it says that. But anyways, production prediction predicts 126 per hour, but it's a little bit wrong with the cotton yarn, so this should be able to do at least 130 per hour. But like I said, I didn't test it long enough. I do have 2 stages on this. First stage is what the no NFT version should look like, very similar, just without the town hall, a bit less tree farms as well, so that could still be modified. But this one was doing about 120 per hour, but I only tested it for about an hour before deciding that I want to see how this works with the town hall. There's these 2. I don't have the file for the townstarplanner.online yet, but I will work on making one by the time I release the video, so you can find it on my Discord server as usual. And for the people that have access to the Townstar Playbook Planner, then I will just share it on here. You can find it on the search build button at the bottom of the build manager section. And that's going to be it. So hopefully you still found this helpful and informative. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Now, I might not do a build showcase next week as well. It really depends. I would like to try to keep working on stuff that I know I want done for the Townstar Playbook Planner before I release it to the public. So just keep that in mind. But of course, as always, I try my best. If you want to help support the channel, you can find links in the description on how to do so. And as always, I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.